Hey, I'm Lyndsay Faye, and this is Karilis, Cruz.
Hi.
She's going to read our intro.
Okay. It started with a visit to the Spanish History Museum, where we were inspired by a picture of penance during the Sevilla Holy Week to write a vampire story. Neither of us had created a short story in a Google document traded back and forth writing it before, so it was super fun.
It was. You will not go, Adora shouts at her youngest son, fighting against her tears to find the anger that keeps her strong. A 15-year-old boy has no place in one of the Brotherhoods. Dario's brown eyes darken to coal. He wishes his siblings were here, that Juan would place his calloused hand on his mama's shoulder and reassure her, or that Laurita would argue Dario's side with her calm logic. They aren't here, of course, and that is the problem. If Juan and Laurita had not been drained by the Pale Ones, Dario could remain in Bellavista, instead of traveling to Sevilla with the Brotherhoods, doing penance for the sins of the village, the sins that brought the Pale Ones out of the woods. You don't wish to travel with the bakers or the students or the true cross, Adora is saying as she slams dough into a crust, and the flour has streaked her black hair, making her look as wild as the pale, pale others who come to Bellavista from the forest to feed. You wish to join El Silencio. I wish to avenge my family, Dario says through his teeth. If I had the Pale Ones here, says Adora, lifting her great kitchen knife, I would leave nothing of them but their screams hanging in the air. But I want my only remaining son to stay with me. We will never be safe until the Pale Ones are gone, Dario says. And you think El Silencio can fight them? They are men with dark secrets. Dario goes to the thick oak door. And I have already joined their number. Outside, El Silencio are waiting. Many Brotherhoods walk the Holy Week path from Bellavista to Sevilla, with their heads covered in huge conical hoods like the spires of churches. All are disguised, so that only God himself knows whether their hearts are pure, hidden under the tall peaks of purple and white and gray. And all are local men praying for peace. No one prays for peace like El Silencio, though, thinks Dario, raising his hand to the 5 men in hoods. Dario kisses his mama's flowery cheek, picks up his bag, and heads out onto the wooden steps toward El Silencio.
Dario nods at them, and they all start walking onto an unpaved, skinny road leading into the woods. Kids run around playing, but stop dead in their tracks when the Brotherhood pass by. The night feels cold. The leaves are falling off the majority of the branches. Dario buttons his coat and walks along, looking at the darkening sky that displays the constellations that he has grown to love. He wishes he wasn't forced to leave his mama behind all alone, but this is something he has to do for Juan and Laurita. Dario runs into the man in front of him, and the man makes a weird grunt. Dario looks around. They're in the forest again, but why had they stopped? Dario, the one at the front, calls back. Yes, Dario says and moves forward. Listen. He motions towards the darkened forest to the right. Dario listens. The crickets, wind rustling the leaves, and growling, low, deep growling. Dario feels the hairs on his arms stand on end, not from the chill, but from the fear. The growling grows deeper, and Dario can feel it like a bass guitar in his empty stomach. Ready yourselves, brothers, the man who told Dario to listen says. A loud, piercing scream echoes in Dario's whole body. One of the Pale Ones comes out, then another and another, all wearing normal coats and trousers, but the clothes are tattered and dirty and ripped. They have no shoes, and their faces are as white as milk, with blood going around the mouths, the skin of their necks ripped off. They fight each other, trying to get to El Silencio first, and continue to stumble and run towards the Brotherhood. One of the brothers slips a cross dagger into Dario's hand. Dario grips the wooden surface tight, trying to hide the fact that he is shaking. One of the brothers runs towards the Pale Ones. Emilio, no, the one next to Dario shouts. One of the creatures catches Emilio's neck and snaps it like a twig, while another snatches the nearest limb and bites at it, chewing at the full purple gown and ripping out the bone. The one who called Emilio first tries to snatch him away, but instead becomes hungry and rips at the neck. All the while, Dario hears the gurgling, hungry sounds. The second creature keeps coming forward, becoming more excited by every jump. But the brother next to Dario throws a small ball, and it explodes at the creature's feet and sends him hurtling down into the mud and leaves. The other brother stabs at it with their knives like crosses, opening wounds that shed no blood. It screams and cries until another brother lights it on fire and suddenly is consumed.